If you're in real estate, you know that you constantly have to be generating new leads for both buyers and sellers if you want to be successful. But usually this involves sending a lot of postcards, making a lot of phone calls, and asking all of your existing customers for referrals. It can be tiresome and repetitive and boring. But what if you had a passive, steady stream of interested buyers and sellers coming into your pipeline 24/7 without having to do any manual prospecting? Well, stick around because that's what this video is all about. Hey, welcome back. My name is Don Bavaro and I run the Datapreneur YouTube channel. I was in the car sales industry for almost 8 years, but now I run this YouTube channel and do internet marketing. So if you're looking to increase your sales, increase your income, and sell more stuff using the internet, consider liking this video so YouTube will show you more of them, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a video. I put out a new video every week. The way I see it, the way most real estate agents advertise and prospect for new business is stuck in yesteryear. I see paper business cards, I see billboards, there's the countless prospecting phone calls that are made. It's a very inefficient and time-consuming process. In fact, I see almost nothing being done in the way of lead generation digitally. What does that mean for you? That means that there's very little competition online if you're doing it the right way, and there's a lot of money to be made. It's a very simple process that affiliates like myself have mastered, but I don't see many real estate agents doing yet. Here's how it works. First, we're gonna have to create a piece of bait that we're going to place out there for our prospective buyers and sellers to find. Now we want to make this piece of bait specific enough that only somebody who's looking to buy or sell their house would want to download it. This bait's generally called a lead magnet. Now we're going to place this lead magnet behind a simple opt-in page. That way we can collect their email address when they go grab their free gift. After they opt in, they're going to be taken to another page called a thank you page where they can actually schedule a one-on-one interaction with us. Now, what's an interaction? That could be either a phone call or a Zoom call. It's up to you. But in short, this whole process is meant to reverse the prospecting process. We want people calling us interested instead of us calling out trying to find people who are interested. And I'll show you how to set this all up and how it all works in action at the end of the video, so stick around. The other thing we're looking to do is we're also looking to build an email list of interested buyers and sellers. This way, whenever a new property comes up or there's breaking news in the local real estate market, you can simply send out an email, get your face in front of your customers, and you already know it's going out to people who are interested. But how do we get this lead magnet in front of our prospective customers? We do that by creating a body of content that gets found online. Now, this body of work could be a blog, it could be a YouTube channel, it could be a podcast, heck, even a TikTok profile. I've built a TikTok profile to over 34,000 followers in a little over 8 months. We want to spend about an hour or two each day creating content and building up this body of work. If you focus on these platforms other than something like Facebook or Instagram, you're going to create something that has some SEO potential. That means that people months or even years from now searching on Google are going to find your content and end up clicking onto your page. As you create more and more content, you'll have more and more stuff for people to find, more people will click, and that's when the passive traffic and passive leads will start to grow. Now, the big thing to remember when you're creating content is that you're making content that's educational and entertaining, not promotional. You know, somebody who creates a Facebook post says, hey, here's this open house, come check me out, here's my number. Most people are going to scroll right past that and they're not going to care. Instead, educate your customers on the home buying process. I just went through the home buying process myself, and it is a very intimidating process. You can do an episode on things to look for when you're buying your first house. People talk about good bones in houses all the time. What does that term even mean, good bones? When should you 100% walk away from a property? Most people don't know when to stay in a bidding war and when to walk away. It's these kinds of things that people are going to want to know and people will watch. Heck, you could even do a series on your funniest interactions with clients. You know, tell stories. I was in sales for 8 years. I have plenty of customer interaction stories that I could tell, and I'm sure you do if you're in the real estate business. Just make sure you change the names and locations for privacy and you should be good. People tend to latch on to entertaining and educational content far more than they do promotional content. As for sellers, you could explain how you value houses based on comps. Bring your potential customer behind the scenes and let them know the process and bring in transparency. You'll build a lot more trust with your clients and they'll be more willing to work with you in the future. So to recap this whole process and create an endless stream of passive leads, we're going to create a body of content online that people can find when they search. That's going to lead to an opt-in page where people give us their information in exchange for a free gift that has some value to it. And that's then going to redirect them to another page with another short message from us. And that way they can book a one-on-one interaction with us, and hopefully we can set an appointment. It might sound complicated, but I assure you it's not. There's a little piece of software that I use called Kartra that makes this all possible. Let's check it out. All right, guys, so we're here on my computer, and I want to show you a quick example that I made of how this whole process works. So if you want to actually check this out on your own device, I'm going to go to launchmyaffiliatebusiness.com/real estate leads. Now here's a simple opt-in page that I made in about 10 minutes using Kartra's default templates. I just inserted a picture of myself and said to get their phone free checklist. For this example, I'm going to use a checklist of 10 things you must know before buying a home. If you're a real estate agent, you'll know much better what to offer than I will, but this is for example purposes. But on the bottom here, it's a simple, they give their name, they give their email address, that we're going to send it to them. We can set it up to send automatically. And on the bottom here, you'd have your logo, all your socials, where to find you elsewhere on the internet, and any contact information on the bottom footer. But the person enters their name, their email address. By clicking the button and opting in, that's now going to send the checklist directly to their email address automatically. And it's also going to add them to an email list and put them on an email sequence so that you can start marketing to them passively and trying to get a follow-up appointment. Then we hop on this page, which is while your checklist makes its way to your inbox. Listen to the short message where we put a short how's it going? Thank you for grabbing my free checklist, 10 things you must know before buying your next home. Now I know the home buying process can be, you can put a quick video right on the page, film it with your phone. Kartra allows you to upload videos directly, so you don't have to use YouTube. And on the bottom here, you can book a free 30-minute Q&A session where you make this button. Again, this is about 10 minutes worth of work to set this all up. Click schedule now, and then your buyer or your seller can do, say, a new buyer Q&A session. We'll click on here. They can pick your available days. Now you can set your own hours here. I just have 12 to 3 set up arbitrarily, but say they go 1 o'clock, hit next. Put their name and whatever email address. It's kind of a double opt-in, but you can also set this up that they give a phone number if you want to do a phone call, and this is incredibly customizable. Put the name in there. Now it's going to add that to my Google Calendar. You can sync Kartra up with your existing Google Calendar, and then if you have something that's already booked, that won't be available inside Kartra. So there's going to be no double booking. There's going to be no scheduling conflicts, and everything's all synced up. And your customer also has this little add to calendar, so they can add your call to their own Google Calendar. If we click that, again, Google, Outlook, or iCalendar. So it's a very seamless way of communicating. It's very upfront, it's professional, and this will also email your customer 30 minutes before the call to remind them that you guys have a meeting coming up, so your show rate should be a lot better. Now there is a link to try Kartra for 30 days for just $1 in the description of this video if you want to go check it out. Let me take you behind the scenes in Kartra so I can show you how easy it is to build. All right, so we're back here in my Kartra dashboard, and you can see here with my own affiliate business, I've generated 467 leads passively in the last 30 days. I don't do any kind of outbound prospecting. I just create content and drive people to an opt-in page. So what we want to create here, I'll kind of show you the basics of the calendar. Go in here, we'll edit this. Okay, so here's a look at some of the back-end functionality in the calendar. It's a basic, you upload your logo over here, and then you pick a color, your brand color, try to keep everything on brand. And then you can actually schedule different types of calls that you want. Give your customers a choice. So for instance, for my example, I'll use a new buyer question and answer session rather than a sales call, kind of reframe it a little bit different. And then for the second one here, you can do seller market analysis. I'm guessing the person who's selling their home wants to know what it's worth, but you can, again, reframe it so it's not just a straight up sales call. But there's no limit to the amount of different call types that you can do. So if I wanted to add something here, I could go, it says class title. For instance, I could want an experienced buyer consultation. You can further segment your list. And then we can say people who have already bought a home. This way you'll kind of know who's on the other end of the phone before it even rings. We want to schedule this. You can schedule as much as you want. 30 minutes, an hour, it doesn't matter. It's all up to you. I'll drag and drop. 30 minutes. and you'll have your own here on your profile. Add yourself, and you can select what days you want to have these calls. So what days of the week, if you want to work every week but Sunday, 7 days. If you only want to have calls on Saturdays and Thursdays, you can do that. It'll black out all the other dates on the calendar. Then what time do you want to start it during the day? Let's start at, you know what, I want to take my time. I want to do these in the afternoon. Let's start these at 2 p.m. for experienced buyers. That's all we have to do. And then this is on the right side here, you can pick what days of the month if you want. If you don't want to take sales calls at the end of the month for whatever reason, you can just select the cutoff date to say it'd be the 20th, and the last 11th days, they won't be able to book this call. And on the bottom here, people can book one session at a time. And say you want to have some notice before this comes in. They can do no booking notice, means they can book and then call right away. Or people have to give you a day or two's notice. No bookings today or tomorrow. And no restrictions. And then say you want to block specific dates because they're holidays. Christmas, I know, is a big one. You can go on here, set some boundaries here and click on Christmas. Add. Now nobody is going to schedule a call on Christmas, no matter what. They can't do it. And what this is here is if you have multiple people on a team, or you have someone who's also handling calls with you, you can sync up your schedule so there's no overlap. Success, this is actually what the message displays after they book. You have complete customization here. You can have the headline, your subheadline, your message, and you can actually tell them, give them instructions what to do, where to expect the email. If you have a regular Skype number or a Zoom meeting that you want them to attend, you can click on that as well. You can put that in here, anything really that you want, and this is what it's going to look like. And it's always going to give them the option to add to their calendar. Now here in the reminders section, you can actually set this up to remind them before the meeting actually starts. You can or you can't, it's up to you. But you can set up to send a reminder. It'll tell you, you can set up what 1 day before, 1 hour before, half an hour. It's completely customizable. And you can even write the entire email from scratch. So once this is set up, you never have to touch it again. And then automations, this is where you can sync with your own Google Calendar and give your people the ability to sync with their Google Calendar. And then this is where you can also subscribe them to a specific email list and put them on a specific email automation. So it's all very powerful. And I went through this in about a half an hour to get this all dialed in right. But to get that calendar to actually pop up on the screen, all you have to do is select the button, edit it, come on over here to the link, and then set to pop up the Kartra calendar. So there you have it. How to generate passive real estate leads on autopilot without doing any manual prospecting. If you have any questions about this video, please drop them in the comments. I will answer every single comment that I can. And remember, if you want 30 days of Kartra for $1, there's a link in the description. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, hit the thumbs up button. That way YouTube will show you more of my videos. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn the bell on so you'll get notified as soon as new videos get released every week. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments and share this with one friend. And if you want step-by-step instruction over 15 days, check out my link in the description for the Online Business Builder Challenge.